Hi everyone, this is yet another episode of 100 Days of. I do apologize that I have been gone for maybe 2 weeks to 3 weeks, maybe more. I have been so tired. I've actually tried to record this video at least 30 times, but either I would fall asleep during the recording, or I would get flustered and lose track of what I was saying, or I was just too tired to keep talking. So in this video, I'm going to take my time. I'm going to make sure that everything I say is with clarity and I get to the point I'm trying to get to. So first, we're going to start off with what I've been working on. Then I'm going to share with you some of the things that have been on my mind and some of the things that have been causing me a lot of mental stress and how I'm working on solving them, if that makes any sense. Then maybe it'll give you some clue of why I've been so tired. So, first thing. Last time I was talking to you about one of my 100 Days of goals, I was mentioning that I was having a very difficult time finishing reading books. I was having a challenging time keeping focus on the page, processing ideas, but now I am reading back to normal. It's weird. I even have either finished books or gotten halfway through a book, but I'm reading at my normal pace again. I just finished this book, The Gentle Art of Swedish Death Cleaning, which I have to do a review on either tomorrow or this Saturday. I also have to return it to the library, but I've been using it to inspire me for decluttering. I have been going to the library and checking out some books that I find interesting. So this book is my third or fourth time checking it out over the course of 5 years. I never finish the book. I always get to the middle. So this time I'm going to try to finish the book. It is called The History of New Thought, From Mind Cure to Positive Thinking and the Prosperity Gospel by John S. Haller Jr. And I got this book because it has some of the historical figures I really like in there. Emma Curtis Hopkins, Mary Baker Eddy, Quimby, and it gives the behind the scenes and review of how the divine science or New Thought movement grew and what it came to be as of today. I also had another book called The History of Reading or it was either The History of Reading and Writing in the Western World or Reading and Writing in the Western World. I can't remember, but it's less thick than this book, but I just borrowed it because it seemed interesting. I've also been thinking a lot about education and the education I had as a child, the education I got in college, and reflecting on some of the things I came across when I worked at the library and some of the books. I would look at I would read about the curriculums of people from the past. So let's say you had a child going to boarding school or they were going to Oxford or something in Europe. I'm just going to use Europe, for example, because I came across a lot of books about that. But these children would be going to high school, to college. They'd be fluent in Greek, Latin, mythology, all of these different things. And I made it through college without being fluent in more than one language. Like I learned Spanish, but I didn't catch on. But I literally went through college as an English major. Yes, I got more exposure to, mythology and all of that, but it wasn't a part of my lifelong training, if that makes any sense. And I realized that I could have gotten a deeper education if I had, I'm not saying been in the right environment or met the right people, because I think I met the right people, but I feel like I could have gotten a deeper education and I just didn't. So what I'm doing now is I'm revisiting almost every subject that I've learned in my life, regardless of whatever grade I was in, whether it was kindergarten or preschool where I'm learning the alphabet, mathematics, history. I could have learned these things at a deeper level, but I was just trained to memorize them. So right now I am going through the anthologies on my bookshelf and I'm rereading them. Some of the anthologies from college. So this anthology I got in my second school. It used to belong to my English professor. And I'm going through the essays and different things and looking at them in a new way because I've had more life experience than I did back then. Now I have more life experience to use as a frame of reference when I'm using or reading over the essays. I've been really focused on trying to train my mind because I have been coming across some people that don't want to utilize their mind to its fullest capacity, if that makes any sense. Some people think you have to be a rocket scientist or a Poindexter or some type of engineer to have a deeper understanding of things or to challenge yourself to excel in certain subjects. And you really don't have to. You just have to start somewhere. You have to train your mind before you lose your mind. I don't know. That's just one thing that's been on my mind. So I've been working on little word searches and Sudoku. Been having fun with that. It's also a slow activity to help me relieve stress. Right now, I've been having this aversion to loud noises, technology, and not saying technology is bad. I just can't handle it right now. Excessive talking, just fast-paced thing. Media, social media, I just can't handle it right now. It's too much to process. I can only process one thing at a time. So I have been moving slowly. I've barely been playing music, even in my apartment, which is strange because I'm always playing music. I'm always singing something. Now I just want just slow down, be quiet, hold on for a second. I've also been practicing my sewing lessons. I tried to make a pig and it turned into a jacked up duck, but that's okay because I'm not going to throw it away. I just use it as a pincushion. I just have to keep practicing. Right now I'm trying to get as many sewing lessons as I can this year because next year I will probably have to quit my lessons because I'll be working on school. I've also been doing good with my therapy. I most likely have to let go of that too for next year because I will be in school. And I haven't found the insurance to pay my therapist yet. So I really don't want to rob this lady and waste her time. She's a very good therapist. I just need to take a break because I feel there's a lot going on. I'm working full time. I'm doing sewing lessons. I'm trying to do my projects. And I'm doing therapy. It's just too much right now at this one time. I have been decluttering every single day. I've been shredding papers. My bookshelf, that part is done, even though it's like full and stacked. over here by the door, you see all those bags? Those are all just being given away. Like all of them. I have some bags over there I'm going through. Actually, most of the stuff on that floor is probably going to be leaving my apartment. By that one painting, there's a bunch of dolls. They're going to. I've just been going through the drawers of my living room, going through my papers, organizing them so I can type them up and shred them. I'm trying to get on a fresh start for 2025. Another thing that I have been doing, or that has been happening to me actually, is I have been having very intense, bizarre dreams. Because I've been very exhausted, I'm having a hard time waking up. I'm supposed to wake up at 6 o'clock, but I sleep through the 6 o'clock alarm, the 7 o'clock alarm, and I will be in bed until 8. And by that time, I'm already late. So I have to catch a Lyft or an Uber to work, and that's like a 40-minute drive. So I have been having very strange dreams. The way my dreams work is they don't like to tell me things directly. They like to use symbols and codes and all of that. So one dream that I had, my granny called me. And my granny, she died in 2017, I believe. She's my mom's mom. Granny called me on the phone in my dream, and she said, KR, I have to tell you something. And I couldn't hear her because it was staticky. And the reason she called me KR is because KR is one of my family names. My grandma Sophie couldn't pronounce Kiara, so she's like, oh, KR. Or that's what I've been told. So some of my relatives call me KR. So Granny was talking with the static, and I said, Granny, what are you saying? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. And I look up in the ceiling, and there's all of these boxes of pregnancy tests. Boxes, like 6, 7 boxes of pregnancy tests. And they weren't regular size pregnancy tests. They were like 6 foot long pregnancy tests. 10, like the size of this canvas. It's just floating in the air. I'm like, what does that mean? Then I had another dream. I can't remember the part of that dream, but I think there were more pregnancy tests. It was either a week before or a week after I had the granny dream. But there was like more and more boxes of pregnancy tests, and I was like, oh, whoa, I woke up. I was like, what is going on? This is crazy. This is crazy. I also had a dream that my room was completely changed. My wall had been knocked out, and my whole wall was a window. Now, with this dream, mind you, sometimes when I'm trying to find out something, I will ask a question in my dream to give me the answer. So lately, I have been asking my dreams, well, how can I find out how to regenerate things like organs, eyeballs, teeth, skin, all these different things using herbs or whatever method. Show me how. So when I fell asleep, I had that dream where my room, my entire wall was a window. I could see outside. I was like, wow, they renovated my room. This looks amazing. I have so much more room. And this lady came in, and she's like, hey, I have to go on your roof. I have to get the salamanders. And she went on my roof and got some salamanders. She's like, 5 salamanders. You have 5 salamanders. And I woke up. So either there's a clue with the salamanders, because salamanders I believe may have the ability to regenerate their tails or some parts of their body. That's one. It could mean fire energy, or it could mean alchemy, because in alchemy, I want to say Paracelsus had salamanders and elementals and stuff like that, like spirit energy. So it was like, is it work with salamander energy? Like, what is going on? I had another dream where there was this woman and she was sitting on a throne, and she said, 2025, that's the year of karma. That's the year of karma. And I said, it is? Well, what do I do? I kept asking my dream, what do I do? What do I do? Like, do I just wait? Like, but I never got an answer. Just like, it's just the year of karma for everyone. I'm like, okay. I've also been having these really strange eating habits, mostly I believe from stress, or I subconsciously feel like I'm vanishing, so I need more fatty foods to feel like I'm on the earth. But for some reason, I've just been eating bacon, slabs and slabs of bacon. And bacon isn't something I really eat like that. Maybe every once a year, or maybe every 2 years or something. But for some reason, I had just been like craving bacon so much and eating half a slab of bacon. And now I'm at this point where I just want to rest and drink some water. Not saying that the bacon wasn't good, because it was actually really delicious. But other than that, I just want to drink some water, because I literally cannot think right now. I feel like if I'm drinking some water, I will be able to have some type of clarity and calmness. Tomorrow I'm going to be drinking it. Tomorrow is my dad's birthday. So December 12th, he would have been 69 years old. I'm like reflecting on his life and reflecting what I'm doing now, and trying to see the similarities on what's happening now during this 100 days of experience and him in his last years. I don't know. I think it's more like, don't be afraid of the things that you need to happen to you for your development. Yeah, that's probably what it is. When I had that karma dream, I really wasn't afraid. I was just like, okay, then just whatever, let it happen. It's like, I don't care anymore. Like, whatever has to happen, just let it happen. I'm just gotten to the point where I'm in my Kali energy, where I'm like, okay, whatever. If it has to happen, let it happen. If the tree has to fall, let the tree fall. If it's for the good of all, or cooking up my development or something, I really don't care. Just let it happen. It is what it is. That's the brain I'm in now. And now that I've gotten to that point, I'm actually thinking what I will bring into 2025, who I will bring into 2025. I've stopped talking to maybe 1 or 2 people this week without even saying goodbye. I'm like, I don't have time for strange energy. And when I say strange energy, wishy-washy energy, let's play a game. I do this, but I'm gonna say this. I say this, but I actually mean this. Like, nobody has time for all of that. Life is too brief for all of that middle school stuff. And I think that's why my stress levels have gone up, because I should have let certain things go when I saw red flags the first time. But instead of letting it go, I would hold on to it. And the universe is like, let me push up the heat so you can see and so you can change.